Hey everyone, weekly stream. This one's going to be short. I'm battling the flu, so this being, the second to last weekend of December, I thought I'd make this the final stream. I will be taking the week of Christmas and New Year's off. So let's just jump right into it. And again, apologies for the sniffles that I may have throughout this video. Nothing's really changed since my last Bitcoin video that I made. Um, for those that are in Unity Academy watching this, everything played out like how I said it was going to on the stream. Okay, so we broke the trend line. The short missed, the range high short missed by literally like $100 or $60 ish, and we got to move down. The long filled perfectly. That was the mid-range long. That was the important level that I said. I'm going to remove these lines really quickly. This short still applies. We will short range highs. I won't give it publicly because, like I said, I won't be here to manage the plays over the holiday week. But the range, right? We have the range highs, the mid range, and the range lows. This will be a play. These will be plays that are valid, and you will keep playing them until broken. Now, as we get closer and closer to mid-range, it's going to be trickier to long it because we've had already, the flip. There's the second touch. There's the third touch. The more touches of support, the weaker it's going to be. Just like the more touches of resistance, the weaker it's going to be. So, I really wouldn't long here unless it's a scalp. Your swing trades still do reside here. You have your swing long and your swing short and your swing long. Very tight stop losses. The triggers, like I mentioned before, again, nothing has changed. This would be a limit order. Again, you can play this two ways, right? So you have the short of the range highs, and then you have this supply zone. So you can take short here at the range highs, either stops above here, right? This has a little bit more risk compared to this one. You DCA within the supply zone here, TP1, TP2. That's if we get a pump here. Now 4 hour looks like we could be putting in a higher low. I'm not trusting it. This 4 hour, if we close in the next hour and 8 minutes, is actually bearish engulfing. Again, low liquidity volume with the holidays. But if we do get range lows, which I don't know if we'll get 85, we might get front ran here at like 88k ish or 87.2. But if we do get that liquidity sweep of the range lows, that's where I'd be looking to long upon the reclaim. So this is a conditional trade, right? Take out the lows, you long. If you're going to set limits at the range lows, you have to go in light, just in case we get a weaker, like a giant wick down further, into like the 80s. 78k is not impossible. I'm just putting it out there, but I don't want to go to 78k. I want this to be taken out, reclaimed, and then much higher. All right. So we just recently had this pump from, what was it, from 92 over to 99, back down earlier into like 93, back to 96. Everyone's getting bullish, but to be honest, no one has no one has an idea what they're doing. All right, me included. Like again, like I said, this is just going to be range bound. That I am 100% certain of. We are going to be range bound within this range till mid-January-ish. Alts will take a deep hit if Bitcoin price goes down, right? Bitcoin dominance here has actually reclaimed this resistance level, which is super bullish. I honestly can see this going to 60%, 61%. If we reclaim this level here, okay, this is the 60%, right? We had a resistance. If we reclaim and have a weekly closure above and we flip it, you will see this go to 65 to 70%, which would send alts another 30% lower from this point. It's not impossible. Again, be prepared for anything the market will give. It makes sense that people are rotating out of alts and more than Bitcoin, right? People are going to take more profits in alts than Bitcoin. So dominance is increasing, but just be mindful of Bitcoin dominance. In terms of alts, you want to choose ones that are very strong when Bitcoin is dumping, because they will be the ones that are going to pump the hardest when Bitcoin actually decides to, either consolidate or go back up. Alts of mention are SUI and ENA. Those are one of two. Sol is actually a garbage ass shitcoin. The BTC pairing looks disgusting, so be careful if you're trying to long Sol. Okay, so this is the BTC pairing, and again, I went over this in Unity Academy. Okay, we had strong support since January, right? We lost it. We actually turned into resistance. The next one doesn't come until this 0.00175 area, which is actually an SR point. And then after that, nothing till here. All right, so if we get a dip from here to this first support, it's about a 7% drop. To the next support, it's about a 26% drop. A 7% drop would probably translate to sub 160-ish on Sol. And then this would be, sub 140. Sol chart looks disgusting, to be honest. Again, we had another fake pump, but right now, if this was our previous range, we fell back below into the range, we turned it into resistance. So the next levels that you are honestly looking for is going to be the order block here from 166 down to 158. And then after that, it is the range lows at 122. Are we going to get here? I'm not going to say yes or no. Anything is possible. But if we do, that is a 31% drop, which is in correlation with that 26% drop on the BTC pairing. Again, ranges are the easiest thing to trade. So if you really want to, get into an entry on Sol, 166 down to 158 is where your starter bid's going to be. And then DCA, honestly, from 136 to 122 if we do get it. If Bitcoin goes down, Sol is going to be one of the hardest ones to get hit, only because the BTC pairing looks disgusting, but also, right, here's the trend line, right? We can play the trend line, but if this trend line is lost, right, it has broken structure. Well, actually, it broke structure up here a long time ago, but it has broken the uptrend, and again, range highs, deviation, right? There's the breakout. This is one giant deviation. We have already turned this into resistance. So mid-range is the next bounce, which is around 160-ish, and then the range lows here at 122. All right. I did mention that if Sol was to flip this 234 to 245 level, we would get 300. We never got that flip. We actually rejected right again from the parallel channels trend line right into that resistance zone slash supply zone. We never flipped this into support, so it makes sense to go lower. Now this can come down here. Let me go to a clean Sol chart really quickly. We can come down here and make some type of double bottom. Okay, and then maybe this is going to be our little range that we're in for a little bit. If we do that, I would be careful because setting limits at the range low is going to be kind of tricky. Only because we have really, if I were to pull this out, we really have no support. This is just that first touch of that wick that we had on Thursday with a huge drop. So you would want to wait until this is taken out, liquidity sweep, close back above. You'd long with your stops below whatever wick is created. This is going to be your low range. Okay, we've already had 3 touches of the highs. This is going to be a short if we get it again. So this is going to be a range play. All right, so keep your eyes out on this. So 175 sweep, close back above, you can try this on the 1 hour. You can get a trigger on the 1 hour, take out the lows, close back above, and then have your stops, below whatever wick is created. If the wick is very close to these lows, give yourself some breathing room, or wait for some consolidation here at the support before go enter in long. All right, like look, in the last 2 hours, this has dropped down 3%. Bitcoin has only dropped down 1.5k. So if we, let's say we go back down to that 85k level, it's about a 10k drop. If we're averaging about a 4% drop per 1,000 or $1,500, right? That's about what is that? 10 divided by 1.5, 6, 9, 7.5, 28%. Let's call it 25%. 25% would be around 140. Now this is just theoretical numbers. I'm playing with math. I'm not saying things are going to actually hit, but Sol is one of the weakest charts right now. If you really want to focus on longs, I would focus on coins that have strength when Bitcoin is going down. And like I said, ENA and SUI are one of them. Let me go to a perp chart. All the plays that I'm taking will be only given in the Discord. Okay. Range highs, right? Deviation, deviation, deviation. Here's your range lows. That range is going to be over and over again. Here is your mid-range level. Okay, perfect bounce from it. Again, range until broken. Okay. Now, the consolidation here on this range makes me very skeptical, right? Yes, we can have a higher low here, but this also could be some type of lower high on the daily. Okay? Higher high, higher low, lower high. This could be another lower high, and then further down. Okay? So just be careful. Honestly, if you're playing leverage, there is an 8-hour order block. Okay? This is a bit riskier because it's so wide. Let me take a look really quickly. Yeah. I'd most likely play this on spot. Okay. But just like a range it is, this is your range low. Okay. We've already had 3 touches of the range low. We've swept the liquidity every single time. Let me show you what I mean. If this was your low, it's swept. Okay. If this was your low, it's swept. So same thing here. You want to wait until confirmation. This is your low right now. Wait until this is swept. Just like, with Bitcoin, sweep, close above, stops below whatever wick that is, and then you target mid-range and range highs. Okay? When it comes to shorting, it's tough shorting coins that are very strong, but again, you're going to play the range until broken. If we do get this range high, it's a risky one, but again, oops. Right? Highs, mid-range, range low, TPs, but again, you can take profit wherever you see support. That is up to you, but these would be your theoretical swing plays for ENA, right? Now looking at this here, lower time frame, we do have a potential bear flag forming. Okay. Technical targets of the bear flag would send it right into basically one, your stop loss for this play if you decide to take it. This would be a scalp play, but right into the range low levels. Okay, invalidation would be break above, back into that short play, and then hopefully back down. Again, BNA, strong coin. I gave my spot exposure bids in the Discord, so check those out if you guys are in the Discord. Last but not least, another strong coin, Sui. Okay, structure here is a downtrend on the 1 hour. Okay, this could potentially put in a little falling wedge. If we really want to long this, you want to wait until a breakout, retest, and then higher stops somewhere above there, or sorry, below there. Here's your low time frame support. But what is concerning to me is the consolidation that we have here on support. It's very long, especially in the 1 hour. So this tells me that we're most likely going to go lower. Okay. Otherwise, again, like 4 hour looks completely bearish here. We have bearish engulfing candle. Look what happened last time we had a bearish engulfing candle, right? Further down. Again, bearish engulfing candle, went down, back into a double top, went down. Right, so here we have a bearish engulfing, and then it looks like we're going down, right? Bearish engulfing, we went down. So if you're playing this as a scalp, right, you want this to break out, retest successfully, hold, stop somewhere below support, and then you target the falling wedge target, which is, let's say it breaks out here, somewhere around $4.75. Okay, so this should be a coin on everyone's radar, especially on a pullback. Um, and the pullback that I want to buy is going to be this trend line. Like I said, I'm playing the trend line until broken. So if we get a pullback from $3.97 down to $3.50, I am a buyer, and I'm looking for something like this into another higher low, into new highs from there. Like I said, the market's going to be consolidating until mid-January, January to mid-January. So I'm not really into a rush into getting into positions. Place my spot bids lower, waiting for price action to come to me. Now ETH, the biggest shitcoin of them all. Okay. So you have your highs. We SFP'd the highs, came back down, the lows. I was hoping for this demand zone to hold. We had a wick into it. Uh, it's holding the demand zone, but we need to reclaim this $3,400, $3,500 level to go back higher as for a deviation of this range. But this doesn't look great. Okay, this most likely wants to go lower. The lower would be this golden pocket, right, between 3020 to 2950-ish. That is most likely an area where you could go long. Stop loss placement's going to be tough here. I'd probably place it like right around 2880-ish. Okay, you're looking for a small pump. Otherwise, you had your range here, right? The next area to long would be this 2726, which would be the 786 reversal fib, which will also be a retest of this breakout for this range. So to be honest, like 3000 to like 2950-ish needs to hold. Otherwise, if we go further down, this is where you long and you basically hold till new highs. Okay. It's about a 4.2 hour trade. The stop is very wide. It's below this support here. Okay, this is for leverage traders. Spot traders, anything below 3K you can get as a gift because I do think this will reprice at 2x. It will have that hated rally. Very, very weak coin right now. This is, and again, I've said this before, this is and will forever be a Bitcoin market. Alts are weak. Especially like you have all these new shit coins coming out, these meme plays. Memes completely ruin the market, And I walked in today to get pizza from this local place. And I walk in. Sorry, I digress here, but I thought this story was funny. I walk in, and on the I wish I took a picture, but behind the display where all the pizza is, right above the oven, this guy has, ADA and XRP, and it says, ADA XRP. We believe, we hold, we are strong, we are army. That's what it said. And looking at this guy, I was like, oh, you are a fucking dunce. And then he comes up, he's like, hey, are you into crypto? I was like, why did you ask that? I had a hat that, that said HODL. I don't know why I was wearing it, but I was. Um, I was like, yeah. He's like, are you part of this clan? I was like, no. He's like, did you vote for Trump? I was like, fuck no, I did not vote for Trump. Uh, New place for like pizza. It just opened up where I am, but apparently it's good elsewhere. He was like, I hold these two coins, super, super nice. I expect to get, 20 to 50x returns. I was like, oh, great, good for you. Like, I really hope it comes true. Took a bite of the pizza, threw it away in the trash right in front of him. And I said, that was for Trump. Um, this pizza's trash like him. Anyways, I digress. ETH, not really looking into longs until this golden pocket or this 2750 level. If we don't get those levels, honestly, you have to be patient. Um, Everyone's like, oh, I want to make money now. I want to make money now. Well, you have to understand technical analysis. For those that are just trading, following people's signals, you're not going to make it anywhere. Okay, like you have to understand technical analysis because you want to see if these analysts are actually making calls worth taking. Have you been stopped out by taking multiple calls from the same analyst or the same signal caller? If you have, do you understand why you've been stopped out? Did you understand the reasoning for their plays? This is a perfect time where there's going to be no volume in the markets to sit down and actually study what's going on and how to learn. So I highly suggest you guys, learn technical analysis. You don't have to worry about fundamentals. Fundamentals are stupid. Um, Everything isn't completely in the charts. Yes, fundamentals will have, that huge boost, but, you know, everything will be in the charts programmed before whatever news comes out. So, if you can stay patient here and you have to be into something, then you will lose. You can't out trade chop, okay? Especially when we have a low volume weekend. So, you're waiting for this 20 or 3450, sorry, $3,500 level to be reclaimed, and then you can long with stops somewhere below here back to the highs. But until then, this is just chop. All right, so either you wait down here for scalp play, here's your swing long play, or you wait until here for the reclaim to target back mid range and range highs. All right, and if we do get back to range highs, you bet it. You bet I'm shorting. Well, if I do, I'll call it, but this would most likely be a short opportunity. Alright, so I won't make that here because it's going to confuse people, but you just have to stay patient for the next week to 3 weeks. Alright, after then, hopefully we have easy mode come back up, but I expect nothing. Nothing's going to change for the next 2 to 3 weeks. People's, expectations after a small pump are going to be like, oh, we're so back, only for the next day to have everything retraced. And especially like right now, we have a perp premium compared to spot buying. So this is a perp rally driven. This is perp um, a driven rally, right? So like this is all by leverage players. I don't see any strength here. Spot buyers are not stepping up until this is a premium and a premium by a good like $40 to $50. This is all noise right now. This is all noise price action. So outside of that, I wish you guys a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas to those that celebrate. I will see you guys with a new video next year in 2025. Have a good one, everyone.